Hello, welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya with the most important events of the day. I'm Gülər Hətamova. On September 14th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham received European Union Special Representative for the South Caucasus and the Crisis in Georgia, Toivo Klar.
Toivo Klar expresses concern about the tension that arose on the state board on the night of September 12th to 13th and provided an insight into the fact that the European Union leadership spoke over the phone with the Prime Minister of Armenia and the President of Azerbaijan. The other side noted that this large-scale provocation was committed by Armenia and stated that all responsibility for this lies directly with the political military leadership of Armenia. President İlham emphasized that Azerbaijan supports the peace agenda as a continuation of the discussions held in Brussels. The other side stated that despite the necessary steps taken by Azerbaijan to stabilize the situation and eliminate tension, Armenia continues to violate the reached ceasefire.
President İlham also received World Bank Vice President for Europe and Central Asia, Anna Björde.
During the conversation, the sides hailed the 30 years of successful cooperation between Azerbaijan and the World Bank. They discussed the issues related to future projects and the World Bank's support to the government of Azerbaijan and exchanged views on the World Bank's involvement in strategic areas including energy, communication and reconstruction of Karabakh, as well as strengthening of partnership.
Despite the international community's planned ceasefire agreement, units of the Armenian armed forces continues to fight the positions of the Azerbaijani army located in Kəlbəcər, Laçın and Daşkəsən regions using D-30, D-12 cannons and 82mm mortars. Retaliatory measures are taken by our units and the enemy's firing points are destroyed. The operational situation is under the control of our army. The Ministry of Defense once again declares that the entire responsibility for the escalation of the situation lies with the military and political leadership of Armenia. Azerbaijani army carries out local countermeasures only against firing points that are considered legitimate military targets. The Armenian side should avoid provocative measures and stick to the ceasefire agreement, the information states. As a result of the operation carried out by the Azerbaijani army against the provocations of the Armenian armed forces, 2 S-330A defense systems were destroyed. Let's watch the footage released by the Ministry of Defense. In response to the provocations of the Armenian armed forces, the Azerbaijani army destroyed the enemy's positions by precise strikes. New images of the destruction of military equipment and combat position of Armenia had been released. The footages show the moments of destruction of the truck and other vehicles belonging to Armenia, as well as the 5P-58 launcher belonging to the S-300A defense complex, as well as the detachment defensive position. Let's watch those footages. A meeting was held between Azerbaijani Foreign Minister Ceyhun Bayramov and Special Representative of the European Union for the South Caucasus, Toyvo Klar. During the meeting, the sides discussed the tension that emerged in the region and the necessary steps in the field normalization process. As the MFA reported, Ceyhun Bayramov dwelled on the recent provocative actions committed by Armenia in the border regions and deaths of our military personnel as a result of Armenia's attacks. It was emphasized that only military objects were targeted as part of the response measures of Azerbaijan armed forces. It was brought to the attention that despite the announcement of the intention of a humanitarian ceasefire by Azerbaijan, our positions are still under fire. Special Representative Toyvo Klar noted that it is necessary to stop the confrontation and stabilize the situation and said that the European Union is ready to create conditions for bilateral meetings between the sides. It is impossible for Azerbaijan not to respond to Armenia's provocations. Minister of Foreign Affairs of Turkey, Mevlut Cavusoglu, said this while commenting on the confrontation on the border on September 13. The diplomat once again called on Armenia to refrain from provocations for permanent peace in the region.
Kafkaslar'da Azerbaycan kazanımlarını barış masasında pekiştiriyor.
Azerbaijan is strengthening its merits at the negotiating table. Laçın is actually under the control of Azerbaijan, but even retreating, Armenia, on the one hand, destroys everything, on the other hand, mines these territories, which shows a hostile attitude. At times, Armenia commits provocative actions on the border with Azerbaijan. It happened again the night before, and an indifferent attitude on the part of Azerbaijan to the provocation would be inappropriate. This provocation shows how unstable the situation in the region is. How fraternal Azerbaijan offered Armenia to sign a peace treaty, to which Armenia did not respond for a long time. And if we want sustainable peace in the region, Armenia must abandon provocative actions and take a step towards establishing peace and tranquility, both in relation to our country as well as in relation to Azerbaijan.
The Minister of Defense and the General Prosecutor's Office issued a joint statement. According to the information, 2 civilians were wounded as a result of a large-scale provocation committed on the night on September 12 by the Armenian armed forces in the Daşkəsən, Kəlbəcər, Laçın and Zəngilan directions of the Azerbaijani-Armenian state border. As a result of the fire opened by the Armenian armed forces units, Musayev Asim, a resident of Bozlu village of Kəlbəcər region, burned in 1975, living in the Veisli village of Goranboy region, and Orucu Farzuman, a resident of Ağdaban village of Kəlbəcər region, burned in 1984, living in Garachinar village of Goranboy region, were wounded. Currently, Asim Musayev is being treated at Hospital Number 1 in Ganja. His condition is assessed as medium gravity. Arzuman Orucev was discharged home after receiving first aid. Both facts are currently being investigated within the framework of the criminal case under investigation at the Military Prosecutor's Office. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.